Hello, welcome to another episode of Her Story Hour. Another episode, another week. The week's actually flying by. I can't actually believe it. Like, seriously, it's been a whole week since the last episode. Whole week since I've been to Amsterdam. Yeah. So, this week, oh my god, I've got so many things I want to talk about with you. Mainly around self-improvement, because I am that girl that's always just striving to be the best version of myself. First of all, let's just backtrack a little bit and talk about this week. And it's so frustrating, isn't it? Because the beginning of these podcasts, when I first started at the beginning of the year, I was so positive and upbeat and ready to go. And now it's sort of fluctuated down a bit. Last week wasn't the best week that I've had. And the reason it was not good at the time was because I had so many things I wanted to do, and because I had so many things I wanted to do, I then didn't do any of them pretty much. I did a few little things, which I'm proud of. Well done me. But because I just overwhelmed myself with too much stuff to do and thinking, oh my god, I can only do it in this week. I was talking as if my life was ending and I didn't have any other weeks to go, but that's not the case. I can do things this week, next week, any other week in my life. I don't know what I was thinking. My mind just does too much. And then I ended up feeling overwhelmed and not doing anything pretty much. So yeah, but this week I feel better because, I don't know, I think sometimes we just go through those stages where our mind is just unreasonable with us. The mind is our worst critic sometimes, or it's sometimes you have to just really fight to, I have to really fight to tell my mind that these negative things are not true. Why would you overwhelm yourself with all this stuff that you've got to do when you could just do it in a small, timely manner? I don't know. I don't even know if it was just me overwhelming myself. I just felt generally not good. I just had this weird feeling last week where I just felt like not me. I just wanted to sit in bed, curl up in bed, and just that's where I wanted to be honest. But feeling better this week. I think we're on a bit more of a trajectory up. I hope I'm feeling more hopeful. I did have some good experiences last week. I'll tell you about some good stuff that I did. Do you know when I watch people on the internet and I watch them because I want to escape or I want to hear something good and positive, and that's what I want to be here to bring you. But I also want to be real with you and say that not every week or not every day of mine is great. But just to focus on some of the positive things. Last week I went to my first ever ballet type of performance. Right, before I went, because basically I went with a friend that I used to work with, and I always said I'm always open for things or open to try new things, and I am. I'm really one of them people that wants to experience every single thing in this world that I can experience, and I'm so open-minded to new things. But there was a small part of me that thought, very small part, by the way, that thought, I don't know if I'm going to like this because I don't know if I'm going to be bored. In my mind, it's just, it's people dancing around the stage. What is to enjoy? But I thought, you just got to go and try it and see if you like it. Oh my god, I was blown away. I thought it was amazing. Do you know, sometimes I actually thought it's probably better than some theatre performances because, I've seen a few shows in theatre and there'll be times when it's dragging on and I'm thinking, I'm bored of this. So I'm just looking because it's this van and it always comes and sits here and it's going to park behind my car. Look, you'll be able to see it in a minute probably. Wait, it's not even coming. Oh, there it is. You can see it backing up behind my car. Yeah. Anyway, so sometimes I watch a theatre performance and I get bored. I'm sitting there thinking, when is this going to end? As much as it's enjoyable, it's boring. This ballet show, oh my god, it was mesmerising. It was mesmerising. It was in French. There was a narrator and she was narrating it all in French, but it had subtitles in English at the top because obviously it's showing in London. Most people speak English. And you could sort of get the story. But it was actually really beautiful just to hear it in French as well. But just, watching the dancing, the way they moved their bodies, the way they depicted what was actually happening. It was great. Me and my friend Zoe were just like, wow, the time went so fast. It went so quick. So, which is just a sign that you enjoy it. It was actually 2 hours long, I think. Well, 1 hour 40. The first hour, when it paused for the break, I was like, oh. Been an hour. I checked the time on my watch. I was like, oh, it's been an hour. I can't believe it. And the second one, the second half, which was 40 minutes, we were like, whoa, that went even quicker. It was we started watching, blinked, and it was over. But it was so good. It was called The Little Prince, I believe. Petit Point. They did this singing at the end. I keep saying Petit Point, but Petit Point is small peas, isn't it? But Petit Points, Prince. I can't say Prince how they said it, but they did this little song at the end and it was like that and it was just stuck in my head for a while. Now I don't know how they said it, but great experience. Also, what else did I do? This week, look, I'm really happy. I've got this new mug, I don't know, glass. This is really making me happy. Just the small things that make me happy. Got this from TK Maxx, one of my best purchases. And I also got some bow socks, but I'm not going to show you those because they just don't match the outfit and I don't want you to see the outfit. But I'm actually I'm vlogging as well. I think I said this as well. and vlogging for my main channel. I don't actually think I've uploaded any of them yet, but I'm in the process of editing because I want to edit a few before I start uploading so I can be a bit more consistent with it. Because now I've shown myself I can be consistent and show up like I have been consistent to this. I can do anything. I can take on the world. See, this is my mindset this week. My mindset this week is so positive. Like, I can do anything, take on the world, one step at a time, blah, 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 blah. But last week, complete opposite, which is, I don't even know if it's noticeable in the way I come across. Check last week's episode if you haven't seen it already. I don't know. But anyway, let's just speak about the topics that I actually want to speak about this week, which is around the topic of self-improvement. I don't know what I'm going to title this or what it's going to be, but basically it's just about finding yourself, because if any of you have watched, you know that like last year summer I went through like a bad time, and I really thought, and I know I did actually, it's not that I even thought, I went through a process of finding myself and finding out my purpose in life, what I'm here for, what I love, but at the same time I didn't really understand the full process of finding yourself. Like, what is it? What is it to find yourself? And you know what? I still don't believe that I know the full meaning of finding myself, but I've been doing a little bit of like research into videos and podcasts and stuff, and I've took on a little bit of new information that I thought I would sort of share with you. Also, I don't know if it's fully registered in my brain. Sometimes I have to like speak it out or write it out for me to register, so it's also for my benefit as well. So I was actually watching a video last night about it, which by the way I did fall asleep to. Oddly soothing. I probably missed the whole sorry, I just read a message that came up on my phone. I probably missed the whole premise of what the main part was, because it's like, stay to the end of the video to find out the main way to find yourself. I ended up falling asleep. But anyway, it's something that resonated with me because I realised something that I've been doing in the last sort of few weeks, few months, as I've been on this sort of journey to be the best version of myself. And it's about basically just to skip all the rubbish that they said at the beginning. When you feel something within yourself, because like, obviously we want to be the best versions of ourselves, and I can say I'm kind, I'm caring, I can do this, I can do XYZ thing, I have all these skills, but sorry, I had to pause because my neighbour was coming and I didn't want him to think I'm a complete weirdo. No, I probably lost my train of thought, but I was just saying, so yeah, we can have all these good qualities about ourselves, but in order to actually find yourself, you need to recognise some of the things that you're missing from yourself, and the way that you can find that is by really tapping into like how you feel about certain things. Just think about this question: what makes you uncomfortable? Do you know what? Sometimes I have a really hard time describing feelings. It may not be a feeling of discomfort, but it may rise something in you, like not just feeling uncomfortable. It could be jealousy, it could be feeling negative. So when someone does a certain action, does that make you feel negative? Does it make you feel a certain way? So let's just think of it like an example. Like, I gave this example a few weeks ago, but when I was going through this phase where I was watching vlogs from other people, and then it just became negative for me. Like, whenever I'd open my YouTube page and I'd see someone posting a vlog, I think, I don't want to watch that. And I had this horrible feeling inside me. It was because I wanted to do that. So that is something that's in me, because I want to do that. So it was like slight jealousy, I don't know what the feelings were. Sorry, like I said, I'm not good at explaining my feelings, but I could feel something inside me that I didn't like. And that was because that is what I wanted to do. Or if you see someone who is loud and can speak and say their opinions, even if they're saying it in the most polite way, because there's a certain way to do it, but even if they're saying it in the best way possible, does that make you feel like negative, jealous, uncomfortable? Does it bring any sort of bad feelings to the surface? If so, that could mean that you, yourself, actually want to be heard. You want to be outspoken. You want to be able to share your feelings and thoughts about things. It could be a telltale sign. So just really, really step back and watch yourself, check yourself, watch what it is, feel how you feel in all situations. That's what I've been trying to do, is just feel out a situation. And even now, like, I still fully don't understand. I'm still trying to go through this process, because like, I had a conversation, I'll call it, with someone a few weeks ago, and they said some things to me which made me feel like, I don't even know, they made me feel bad. I don't know if it's just because the things they were saying, the way they come across was like horrible, or it's unlocking something inside of me, because I always aspire to be kind and patient and all of these good things, and like the best version of myself. But sometimes when people say certain things to you, it just really makes you think, am I just blindsided by my illusion of myself? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just some internal thoughts of this is how you find yourself. Because the thing is, in my life right now, I can tell you, I probably feel the most lost I've ever felt in my life. There's always been in my life there's always like a chapter of, I know where I am, I know what I'm doing, and I know where I'm going. But right now, I don't have a clue. I actually don't have a clue. And you may think I'm strange for saying this, but this makes me think that actually I'm on the best path possible, because all of those things that I was on the pathway to before were like things in my mind that society were telling me that I should do or should attain. Like, I'm engaged, I'm going to get married, or I'm going down this career path, or I don't know, whatever it is. All these things I'm thinking, like, were they really the things that were going to bring me true happiness? I don't think so. And I don't think those things were meant for me because they've been cut. Like, that's not part of my life now. And I don't know, like, this period of not knowing what I'm doing or where I'm going has given me so much like thinking space and thinking time. To be honest, I think about, and I really overthink everything anyway. But yeah, I don't know where I've gone with this. I think I've gone slightly off topic. Basically what I'm saying is, when you're in situations, start to just really think about the way you feel about situations and what it could possibly mean. And also, it goes for the other way around as well. When you are doing certain things, watch how you feel. What makes you feel... Sorry, I've actually written notes down. Yeah. So, do things that make you feel good. Recognise the things that make you feel happy, good, all the positive emotions. For me, that is, like, caring for people, helping people, etc, etc. But, like, are there other things? I don't know, and I really want to tap into that because, again, I've known for ages that that's the kind of thing that I enjoy doing, like helping people, being supportive, listening, all of those kind of things. But I want to, like, tap into other things and think, what else makes me feel good? Also, I know that, like, travelling and having new experiences, no matter where they are or what I'm doing, always makes me feel good. Like, for example, the ballet thing, although I was, like, sort of a bit nervous and I had some sort of preconceived ideas of what it would be, actually going through that experience, do you know, when I come out of it, I thought, oh my god, wow, like, trying something new is just so exciting to me. I really am the kind of person that hates sitting in the same thing again and again and again. Like, for example, if you enjoy gym, I don't really enjoy it, but if you enjoy gym, I'd be that person that can fully enjoy anything for a long time, I don't think, because I go, do the same thing. I can't stand it. I really can't. Even if it was like, for example, if it was the example of doing gym, I'd have to go and do something different each time, or like, say for example, a couple of weeks of Pilates, a couple of weeks of running, a couple of weeks of this, a couple of weeks of that, because after a while I get fed up of it and I want to do something different. Yeah, just find that thing that like sparks and lights a fire and makes you feel good, whether it be like a personality trait or a thing that you're doing. Those are the kind of things you need to be doing and focusing your life on. And yeah, I could really speak to myself there, because like, now I was talking to you about the career thing. Those kind of things that like make me happy and spark a fire inside of me are the things I should be doing, I think. But obviously I think I just need to sort of maybe research and look into things. But just advice for yourself, maybe you should do the same, because there's actually no point every day in waking up and doing these things that you think you should be doing, or because society tells you to, or that you think you should be doing because it's something you've just fallen into. Because sometimes we do just fall into a trap and we end up just going through life and doing things that we don't particularly care for or don't particularly excite us. And like, one of my friends said to me, and I knew anyway, she said the other day, like, life is too short to be doing something that doesn't make you happy. And she knows best, because I don't think she'll mind me saying this because no one particularly knows who she is, but like, she has lost a couple of family members within the last couple of years. We were like totally unexpected, and it's like, life is brutal, and it will just end whenever. You don't know when your time is up, so you might as well just make the most of it and enjoy every time that you have. So yeah, and just to go off of like all those things I was saying, I have recognised some of the things that do not make me feel good, and one of them that I want to actually speak to you about today is about, I think this is a whole topic, is about judgmental people. And I've realised that I really can't stand that. And do you know what, I've actually been around that for my whole life, and I think most of us have, because we ourselves are judgmental, everyone is judgmental. It's just something that happens. Like, we are human beings and it's part of us, some of us more than others, but it's part of us, because every little thing that happens in life, without even realising sometimes, we judge. So if someone is acting a certain way, because you wouldn't act that way, you're probably judging and thinking, why are they acting like that? Without even realising that that's like something you shouldn't be judging, because everyone feels different ways about different situations, and you know, it's different. Or something simple as someone wearing that outfit, me thinking, well, I wouldn't wear that, or I don't like that. That's me judging without even particularly thinking that I'm being judgmental. So I think we all judge, like I say, without even realising. But the thing I can't stand is, like, I know certain people that comment on every single thing that someone does within their life, and it makes me uncomfortable, because then I'm thinking, whatever I do in my life, are you judging me for that? It doesn't make me feel good. Like, really doesn't make me feel good, because although I know in my mind my life is not determined on other people or how they feel about the decisions I make, my life is just determined on the decisions that I make, and I'm always going to make the best decision for me. But for me, I'm still going through a learning process, and when someone is around me and they're judging, it makes it 10 times harder for me to make that move. Like, you don't understand how many times I've done something, and because there's a few people actually around that I feel are judgmental. Not even people that I'm close to, but people in general. And the amount of times when I've actually done something and I've thought to myself, oh, wow, you're so brave, because I'd overthink before saying or doing a certain thing because I know they're going to have something to say about it. And I probably don't even know the full extent. Thank God, ignorance is bliss. I probably don't know what people have been saying, like, behind my back. And maybe I don't want to know, because at the end of the day, realistically, I probably couldn't care less, because they're not running my life, like I say, but I can't stand it. So sometimes when I hear, like, certain comments that people make about other people, I do just think, why are we saying this? Why are we talking about this? This is their life. They're making that decision. They want to do that. That makes them happy. They're not hurting anyone else. Let them get on with it. But sometimes I do say something, but also want to put this out there as well, that it's a very hard thing for me, because I also look at the flip side of that person that's being judgmental and saying certain things about other people, because I realise that they are not fully happy within themselves. There's something going on within them that they're not happy with, and I don't know the best way to approach it, shall we say, because I don't want to attack them and be judgmental of them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I realise that they're obviously not happy within themselves. There's obviously, when they see certain things and they comment on it, that's an insecurity in them, is what I believe. So I'm basically just trying to, like, cut them some slack, because I know we're all, like, learning. Like, I've definitely in the past said things that right now, if I looked at myself back then, I think, why are you judging so harshly? Why are you being so horrible about this person? They're just doing their best, they're just doing what makes them happy. But I'm recognising that probably need to, like, either A, try and find out what to say in a kind way, or B, distance myself from those kind of people or those kind of conversations, because it's actually, like, so toxic to just be around those kind of people. Does anyone else actually just think, because I just thinking about this, I have this thought more and more often, is I would just love to just, like, run away and start a whole new life. But, like, it's like, I don't know if that's toxic me, to just thinking that that's going to make everything better. I don't think it would, because what would happen would be that I would go somewhere new, and I would be surrounded by a whole bunch of different people. I'd just be moving my problems to another place. Like, it's not going to solve all my problems. But I just think sometimes it would be nice to just, like, get away, not have to hear other people and their opinions and their judgments and all this, and just get on with what I want to do. But then, I probably would have a lonely life. I'd have to, like I say, reach out and make friends, and then stuck in the same situation again. It's probably best to just heal from within and deal with what I need to deal with. But yeah, I was just thinking about that actually. If anyone is actually still listening to this point, where would you go? If you were going to go somewhere, where is a perfect place to escape to? One of my best friends just moved to Australia in December, and their life looks so great. Like, I think cost of living is, from the research I've done, cost of living is, like, similar, but she is getting paid, we do the same job role. She's getting paid a hell of a lot more than what I am. She's living in a nicer home. To be fair, she has got a husband who also brings in another income, but still living in a better home. And she's got 2 children that she's providing for as well, which I don't have that, so more income for me. Way. And yeah, and it's, like, nicer weather. I don't know. I haven't been there myself, but people seem to be friendly from what she's saying. So is Australia the move? The only thing is, it's so far away. If I want to come back to England, like, just such a long flight, it puts me off. Somewhere like Spain, so close to England, would be great, but then again, I don't know. Spain isn't appealing to me. The only thing appealing about it is that it's close and it's got good weather. They don't speak English. That's another good thing about Australia. They speak the same language, so that's good. So yeah, I don't know where I'd want to go. A lot of people were saying Dubai is good. I always considered Dubai because, again, for, like, healthcare that I work in, it's good pay. You don't pay taxes. The weather seems to be good. But, like, I don't know. It just seems like, in my mind, that it could be overrated. I don't know. I think it's a case of you have to try it to know if you like it. But the thing that scares me is going out somewhere and actually not knowing anyone, because, I don't know, I can be on my own for a while and I think it's great. And then I'm like, well, I need some human social interaction. But yeah, that's why the Australia thing was kind of appealing. So I thought, well, my friend just moved there, so that's one family of people that I know at least. That's a good, like, doorstep in the thing. Foot in the doorstep, I don't know what it is. But yeah, I don't know if I would even make that move yet. I'm just trying to do one small thing at a time. On the process of finding myself, I am just going to make small goals. This is what I'm going to say to you as well. Like, if you're trying to be, like, the best version of yourself, make small steps and small goals. Because, like, for example, last week when I said I was getting overwhelmed, I actually probably wasn't. I was actually doing what I needed to do. My first goal is to search for jobs and have a job that brings me some sort of more fulfillment and happiness. And that's what I was doing, just searching for jobs. I was doing my step one. And although that's not the overall thing, because when I get this job, it could be a job for life, but I don't know, because I feel like there's a lot more out there for me. But this is the first step, is to at least move on, because for me, being stuck in this job that I don't like is clouding my whole mentality. I feel like I'm in a box and I can't get out, and it seems to be blocking everything else in my life for me right now, is what I feel like, because it's like it's taken over my whole life. And it shouldn't. Maybe it's me and my brain and my thoughts that is making it feel like that, but to me it feels very real and very much like that. So my thought process is, once I'm onto a better job that makes me feel more happy and more fulfilled, then I can actually focus on other things that make me happy too. But actually, on the flip side, I think the fact that dislike my job, so I don't want to use the word hate because that is such a strong word, probably is hate though. But the fact that I don't like my job so much right now is actually what's pushing me to be motivated and do things that I like the podcast, or like, again, thinking about vlogs. Because sometimes for me, I can be really like comfortable and set in my ways. And without having that driving force to push me, I don't do certain things. So it's kind of pushed me into this position. So that does make me worry a little bit. So I take this one step into a job that I feel more comfortable in and I'm happier with, and then what? Am I going to get too comfortable and feel that I shouldn't be doing all these other things that I want to do because I'm just, focusing on my 9-to-5 job and I'm having like a good time there? Will I not be doing anything else that I want to do? But yeah, that's not the space I want to get myself into. But yeah, going back to my point, one step at a time. So find the job, and it may not even be about your job. You may be thinking your ultimate goal may be to have a family. So I don't know, that's probably a bad one, because I don't believe that you can think and hope in your head like, I need a partner, and they just come. I don't think that's really how it works. I think you have to like fully love yourself, or not even fully, but like, because that's a big long process, and we can spend our whole lives trying to love ourselves and whatever, but having some sort of like level of love and respect for yourself and understanding of yourself before you find someone else is good. And like, the more you reach out for it and think you want a relationship, the further away it's going to get. You have to just but anyway, what was my example anyway? See, I'm going off track because I've got too many thoughts in my mind. Yeah, I actually really can't remember what I was just saying. I just sat here staring into space for the last few minutes. Yeah, I think I've spoken. I don't know if we really got anywhere to where I wanted to go. Hopefully we have. Hopefully I've given you some insightful things on... I was just talking about going in steps, wasn't I? But yeah, if your goal, whatever your goal is, take it just one step at a time, and don't overwhelm yourself doing all these things, or even start backwards. Think, for example, if you wanted to be like, this is just from my experience, if you wanted to be a consistent vlog maker, think about if you're at the end of the process and you're where you need to be, so maybe you've monetized, it's your full-time job, what's the step just in front of that? That would be, to me, being, I don't know all the steps I need to sit down and think about it, but maybe being consistent with the vlogs, having a consistent upload schedule, and then the step before that, maybe like planning different types of content, planning when you're going to upload and planning what you're going to upload. And then step before is what I'm doing, maybe just, going willy-nilly with it. Oh no, something like that. But planning each step, whether you go forwards or backwards, whatever way works better for you is going to be good. Because I think if you don't have a plan for something, how are you going to execute it? You can't just, sometimes I actually do. I was going to say, you can't just show up and expect it to be all good. Sometimes that happens because things happen by accident, or some people just go that way. Me, I like to make plans, and I think plans are the best way, especially when you're in a big rut. Like last week, I should have just, instead of being upset with myself, I should have just sat myself down and made a plan. And guess what? I would have then realised, actually, things maybe are not so bad, because you're actually doing all the things you should be doing right now in your plan. It's fine. Okay, I think that's enough for this week's episode, which was good. And hopefully next week I'll come back to you and I've still got my positive mindset, because like I say, we're on a trajectory upwards. But yeah, have a fantastic week, and I hope I see you in next week's episode. Pretty sure I will, and I hope I see you on my main channel as well, because I'm posting videos now. So yeah, Chelsea Alicia, go and watch my main channel, and yeah, we can go and do some fun things. Let's go. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, or subscribe if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music. Bye, love you so much.